I'm wearing this jewelry. I love it so much. I love beadwork. Anyway, I'm African. Why not? I need to love our work. Yeah, these beads, I bought them from South Africa. I think those we've seen the South Africans or the South African countries, Lesotho, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa itself. They have a lot of this jewelry. Even here we have it. In Uganda, it's, yeah, most of the tribes, even my own tribe, only that we don't do these. We mainly do the waistbands of the beads. But yeah, enough of the beads. Just know that I love them so much. I got them from South Africa. Yes, and my friends, the profs, took me to purchase these beads. Hello, my people. I love you and thank you so much for making my visit to South Africa great. Um, I want to talk about, by the way, today is the 17th of February, and any Catholics there, we nicknamed it the Chigongo Day. Yes. If you watch my first videos, I did make a video at a place called Chigongo. It's a landing site, and that's where the first missionaries who brought the Catholic faith to Uganda uh, docked, you know, with their boats from Tanzania to that particular place. It is Entebbe, past the airport. So today, there was a very big celebration because every year on the 17th, we do celebrate it. That aside, I had to talk about it anyway because I am Catholic, but also because I'm going to talk about religions. Yes. Uh, I have visited places of worship for other faiths, and I want to share my experience. The very first one, which is a non Catholic, that I visited was a Protestant church when I was little. We have a close family friend who was going to have his children baptized, and so we went as a family. That church is a Protestant church in Nakulabye, Chiwunya. Yes. Those who know that place, you know that the Protestant church is just near the Catholic church. Yeah. The next time I visited, actually now it became routine because along my primary journey, before I joined Namgongo Girls Boarding Primary School, I was at Mengo Primary. Mengo Primary is a school under the Protestant faith, and we used to go for services at Namirembe Cathedral. I was so amazed by how big the cathedral was, and I loved it so much. Of course, growing up, attending friends' weddings, I have been to Namirembe Cathedral several times. Yeah. I've been to Ebalokole Church. The first time I did attend Ebalokole Church was when I was in secondary school, and that was KPC, as it was commonly known, Kampala Pentecostal Church, now called Watoto Church. That is Kampala Central. Yes, there, Kampala Road, Buganda Road. Yeah, I had relatives who used to pray from there, so we used to go and pray. These experiences are really good because you come to appreciate other people's way of worship. Of course, when I went to the Balokole church, uh, these are my thoughts at that time. It was more entertaining. And now, if you are Catholic or has been to a Catholic church, you know how we pray. It was totally different, and I just couldn't believe, And but yeah, I mean, I was young. I couldn't tell my relatives that I want to go to a Catholic church. But to tell you the truth, I didn't feel like I had prayed, you know. But not to disrespect, those were my feelings at the time, you know. Because their way of of worship is totally different from the Catholic faith. Remember, I was already a big girl, yeah, so I could tell the differences, and I had been raised from a strong Catholic background, and I had also attended Namgongo Girls Boarding Primary School. If you know, you know, very Catholic. Yes. And then I was in Maryhill High School, which is also Catholic. So the difference was really big. Um, I have been to a mosque. The first time I went to a mosque was in the UK. If you watch some of my previous videos, you will hear me talk about my visit to the UK while I was at university. I did in one of my videos where I talked about the skills that I acquired from my father. One of them was journaling. So in that video, I talk about how I ended up in the UK. Kindly subscribe, like, and comment, and please go watch that video. The skills I learned from my dad, journaling was one of them. And so I went to a mosque, and it was for a funeral, you know. Then um, I am checking my mic. Not sure whether it is on, but let me complete. If it is off, then we shall redo the video, learning along the way. Then, yes, the next time I went to a mosque was at Old Kampala Mosque, or the Gaddafi Mosque. It's a beautiful mosque. Ugandans, even if you're not Muslim, I would encourage you to go and visit that mosque. See where other people pray from. Yes, I did go to that mosque, and it was a friend's wedding. Now, I had to look for something to cover my head. Yes, guys, before you go to people's places of worship, find out the dress code, you know, or the way you should behave. Yes, and I found it so amazing. Of course, I already knew that ladies sit separate from the gents because I had experienced that in the UK. Yeah, the mosque in Old Kampala is so big, and it is so beautiful, and it is nicely built. Okay, guys, allow me to sign out. Please, in the comment section below, share your experiences having visited the different places of worship. I'll be very happy to grow this family with you, and also to learn from your experiences. Nevertheless, in the Catholic faith, we are supposed to pray from particular places. Wherever you go, you just look for a Catholic church and you pray. Unlike other faiths, I think the Pentecostals, you must go to a particular church. Kindly correct me if I am wrong, but the Catholic faith, it is one universal church. So if I left here and I crossed over, say, to Rwanda or Burundi or wherever, readings will be the same across the whole world. That's why it is called one apostolic church. You know, readings will be the same, things will be the same. Yes, you may not get the language, but you will know when to kneel or when to stand up. It is all the same. I have been to church in Bujumbura, a Catholic church, and I could follow. I have been to church in, yes, in Rwanda. Yes, I've been to church, and I could follow. It was in Rwandan. I have been to church in Ethiopia, but in Ethiopia, we missed the English Mass, you know, and we didn't know where the church was. We just asked somebody, and then we got an Uber and went to church. So I attended a church in Italian. Yes, Italian. I didn't, of course, I could pick the language, but I followed. Like I said, Universal Apostolic Church, things are the same. But it was amazing, you know. And of course, in Uganda, anywhere I go, I just attend church. Okay, Tanzania, I have been to church. It's only, yes, Kenya, I have been to church because I have taken a pilgrimage to uh, burnt forest. In one of my videos, I talked about a nun who is in the process of being beatified. That is Sister Ali, or they are praying for her so that that process can begin. And so I have attended mass in Kenya. Only that mass was in English. Yeah, but it was led by the priest who was in charge of the burnt forest place. I've also attended a mass at Sumbukia. Yes, Sumbukia is a hill with a beautiful church dedicated to Mother Mary. Those of you who are in Uganda, you can relate it to Chiwamirembe. Yes, it is that beautiful, and it gives the same vibes like Chiwamirembe. Yeah, I have also attended mass at, I think, St. Magdalene in Karen. Yeah, Karen in Nairobi. There's a bishop, I think, whom we are also praying for so that the process of being beatified can start. So I've been to mass in Kenya. Yeah, where haven't I been to mass? Anywho, yeah, I was just sharing my experience about the different places of worship. And it's good to experience this because you come to respect the way other people do practice their faith, you know? And it's a good experience. I would encourage anybody else to go and experience it. Okay, good people, allow me to sign out. Kindly comment, like, and share the video so that it can go. Bye.